Hey guys, Buckskin Dave here. That was a load of 30-31, and I got two more. We're going to make a group. If I remember correctly, they didn't shoot as well. I loaded these for my 1886 lever gun, and they're really good in that. But anyway, I'm going to try a couple of more shots here, and what I'm going to do today is work on a load of Varget and see if I can get this to shoot Varget pretty good. Seeing these are coming out of here at 1727 according to the Crony. That's just a little bit faster than I think this twist will handle. So we're gonna shoot these, and I found some loads that will knock down both pressure and velocity quite a bit with the Varget, and we're going to work up a load with that. We also have some other things we're going to talk about today, so get you a cup of coffee and stick with us. I'm going to shoot a couple more here and see what we get, see what kind of group I can get down there. Nice, 1724. They're real consistent, which is one nice thing about 30-31. All right, let's take a look. Again, 17, so it's still single digits for the shot deviation. Let's go look at the group. This is 1, 2, and 3. They're just a little to the left, and the last time we shot this rifle, I can't remember what I was using, they're a little to the left, so I'm gonna tap it over a little bit and get it on center. Up and down at 25 yards, that's where I like them. These are, well, it's tighter than that other group that we did the last time we were out here, but I don't like it. I mean, so I think I'll keep that one for my lever gun. Well, let's work up a load with Varget and see if we can tighten that up a little. Okay, so I had, before we get started, I want to answer a question. I had someone ask, reference a 3855, but it's pretty much the same with all black powder. He was saying, how come I put 40 grains in my 3855 and was still able to squish it, you know, 1/16 of an inch, which is basically what you want to do. Is you want to fill it up with powder, and you want a slight compression on it. Now you don't have to squish it a 1/16, you can squish it a 32nd, but it's got to have some compression. And trying to keep it at the same compression is probably wise for accuracy. So a 3855, okay, holds, he says, well, it's a 3855 and you put 40 grains in it. When they named it, okay, why is this thing giving me trouble? When they named it, the cases that they had would put 55 grains in, and the bullet that they used with it would work with 55 grains and give you some compaction. The brass of yesteryear is different than the brass today. They had thinner brass. They had what they call balloon head cases that held more powder. It's the same with a 4570 or a 4590. And my 4590s, with the bullet that I use, the long 520 grain bullet, 75-80 grains is about what I can get in there and get the same amount of compression. The length of the bullet has a lot to do with it. My 38-55 bullets are very long, and they actually go down in that case, geez, an inch, I'd say. Let's see. 3/4 of an inch. So that's 3/4 of an inch of the case getting used up by the bullet. Okay. The other thing with my stuff is I use 3F powder and not 2F. I don't know if that makes a difference or not. You run it all through a drop tube, it should kind of get down there and fill all the air spaces. But when you're making up a load, there'll be a lot of books that will tell you how much to put in there, and it'll be close, but whatever brass and stuff you're using, you're going to have to tailor that load so that you can get your compaction, a little bit of compression, and if you don't want to put like that much powder in there so you can hear it shake and then shoot it. That's not safe with black powder. So anyway, I hope that answered your question. Your 45-90s won't hold 90 grains. Now what I'm finding with the 50-90, with certain bullets, that case will hold 100 grains of powder, and with some bullets it'll actually hold 110 grains of powder, thus your 5100 and your 5110s. Okay, the bullets are shorter, so you have more room for more powder. Okay, so we're going to use some of this Varget. Again, I'm not trying to make a magnum out of these guns. I just want to have something else to use, because right now it's really difficult to get powder, and I have some of these powders around because I use them in other calibers. Varget has been a good replacement for 40-64 in the 308. I don't use it in the 308 because I'm really happy with my load that I've got of IMR 40-64, but I can use this if I wanted to. And the same thing goes for this Gemmer or these Sharps rifles. Say I can't get black powder and I still want to shoot, or maybe for some reason I don't want to shoot black powder. There's very few reasons, but there are some. So this Varget has been shown to be a pretty good powder that works pretty good in the 50-90 for other people. I haven't tried it yet because, of course, I don't have my shit to finish mine. But anyway, I've been looking in this is the 50th. Let's see, this is the Lyman, and it's the 50th edition. And it has a 40-90 listed, and it has a load of Varget, and it's for a 385 grain bullet, okay, which we're shooting one that's just a little bit heavier than that, probably about, well, 385, probably about 50 grains heavier. So we want to be careful and not put too much powder in there, because a heavier bullet will usually cause more pressure. However, the start out pressure is 12,800. That's not much more than a black powder load. So Beings Tau, they have a powder measure or powder charge here. We're going to cut it back and see how it goes, just to start out, because we're going to be putting a heavier bullet in there. So get you a cup of coffee, stand by, let me load up some of these, and we'll go group them out there and see what's going on. Also, I'm going to run a rod down this Gemmer and make sure it's nice and pristine barrel for these new loads. So stand by and get some Black Rifle coffee. So I want to remind everybody, what I do is not recommendations, because I have no idea what you're shooting. This is 110 years old, this action, minimum. And so, but I've gone through it, I've fixed everything, everything is good. This is a number 5 action, which is made with modern steel, and the barrel, of course, is made with modern steel. You can't stick this in an antique gun that is just meant for black powder. I don't think, or I wouldn't try it. So anyway, These are not recommendations. I'm not telling you this is the way to go, because I have no control over what you're going to put it into. All I can do is tell you is make sure if you're using smokeless, you got a gun that'll handle smokeless. And if you're putting in loads in there that might have a little pressure, make sure the gun is really working well. So let me give this one a try, see what happens. The same target down there. I did adjust the windage too a little. No pressure problems. I did not run a patch down the barrel, and that could hurt us. But let's see. I also put a paper patch over all those holes. All of them weren't too bad, really. I mean, when you talk about everything we shot has been in a small thing. It just should be a little smaller than that, or tighter than that, for 25 yards. Let's give it a try. .1488 is our speed. Uh-oh, what'd we do? We knocked one off of the... No, we got it. Okay. So our speeds are staying about where we want them. Nice. You know, this is pretty easy on the shoulder too. You know, considering we're getting, that one was 1496, that went up a little, but it's what's going on down there that's important to me. All right. Let us see. Okay. Still not real happy, but not bad. We got two touching right here, right below the deal. I don't know why this one's over here. Pull it off. I don't know. Anyway, I'm starting to like it better. It's still about a 1-inch group all around anyway. But yeah, I mean, at this range, the third one should be right here. And maybe on another day, I might be able to do that. Anyway, let's go into the shop. I got one more question that I wanted to address. Anyway, I tried one more group out there, and I got that one tightened in a little. Still about an inch or a little less. Well, you got two of them touching, and one was a little off there again. Anyway, Mr. Thicky is a commenter, and he was saying, how do you know the difference between a number 1 and a number 5 action? And it's a damn good question. So we're going to answer that. First, Mr. Thicky, get one of these if you're interested in these. This book here is probably one of the best books on all the different types of rolling blocks. Some of the rolling blocks that I've gotten, no matter how old they were, have had numbers on them. And some of them you're going to get are going to be made in Europe somewhere. I've got a number 1 and a number 5 action over here in the vise. We're going to go over there and I'm going to show you. So this is a number 5 action. One thing you'll notice on the number 5 is the screw holes. Both actions have these screw holes here, the ones that are on the bottom. Those are the ones that hold the trigger guard in. This screw right here helps regulate the extractor, okay? Now, this one is a 1902 model, and the ones that were before that, from the 1897 to 1902, which were still number 5 actions, they had instead of this screw here, there was a screw up here. And that's kind of how you tell them apart. around that turn of the century, 1897, 8, 9, 1900 stuff. That's when the modern steel started coming in, and that's when these were made. This one has numbers in it. They're not exactly serial numbers, but maybe if you was to call Remington or something, they might mean something. Okay, now over here, this is a number 1 action. Oh, and the other thing is on this one, on your Remingtons, the markings are right here on your on that tang, and it's a single line, and this one is marked 1901. Okay, so that's when that patent was. Okay, now let's come over here to this guy. Okay, this is a number 1 action. Get it to focus. Come on, baby. There you go. Now you notice that doesn't have that screw there. Okay, this thing works differently inside. So there's a difference right there. Also on this tang, okay, the patent date is, and this one's barely readable, but it is 1897. Okay, so no, I'm sorry. Well, actually, I can't tell you because someone put a tang sight screw here and here, and the back part of it's off, but it is 18 something. Okay, so this one has 19 on it, this one has 18 on it, and it's probably before 1897. It'd probably be way before 1897 when this was still not modern steel. Okay, and it also has numbers on it that you could probably go to Remington and figure out maybe when it was made. So all I know is this is a black powder only action. This one here is a number 5, and you can use smokeless, but it's 100 and some years old, so you got to go easy with it with the smokeless and keep your pressure down. Okay, I hope that answered some of you guys' questions. Like I said, questions on a rolling block, I'm not the expert. This is the expert, okay? I'm just going to look in here. So instead of going like through the middleman, go straight to the source. Anyway, that's all I got for you today. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I'm Buckskin Dave. I'll see you next time. Hopefully we'll get something to work on the 50. Oh, and I'm still working on that little piston fired fire starter deal, but I'm still fiddling around with it. You guys have a great day, stay safe, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.